Welcome, welcome, welcome to a winning world where we understand and know that we are overcome by the words of our testimony and by the blood of the Lamb. I pray that everyone is having an amazing day today. This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our words are life and they give power and to anything that we're speaking. So we must be mindful to speak life into our situations, life into the things that are taking place in this society, in this world. What we are confessing is actually manifesting. And today we have an amazing couple that I want to bring to you to share their love story of how COVID did not stop their love. It only propelled it, it only, strengthened it and made it so better. And I'm not going to belabor the point any longer. I'm going to bring Ricardo and Rocio in to share their stories. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi,
Thank
Shermanda.
you.
Thank you.
How are you all doing today?
Amazing.
We're doing great.
You should be. Look, you guys look amazing. You look great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just like you do, Shermanda. You look amazing as well.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm going to jump right in because I have been so looking forward to this testimonial of, how you all, life before you met and how you met and what it's been like. And I don't want to say too much, but let's let you start sharing. Where was life before you all came together?
You can start. Right?
I can start.
Yeah.
Before we met, I was running a small business here in Plantation, Florida. Actually, it was Sunrise. And just nothing out of the normal, just running a business. And actually, that's where he came into the business for a consumption, if you will. And that's where I first met her. She came into the business that many years ago.
Yeah. And we met around, it was in 2017. We don't remember exactly, which month. We were paying attention to that, I guess. But we know that it was in 2017. And like he said, we were each one of us, doing different things. I was at school at that time, finishing my degree. And was this case I was always looking to, like, I went to his business like 2 or 3, maybe 4 times before, and it was always closed. And I was, wondering if this business, going or is it closed permanently. But I kept insisting going. Why? I don't know, but I kept trying. Until one day he was open.
Okay.
She just didn't follow the schedule that was on the door. All you had to do was look at the store hours.
I didn't see the schedule.
Destiny was calling. Destiny was calling. You just
Right.
didn't know it.
That was the way that we met. I went to his business and I asked if they were open because, like I said, I was trying so many times. I was wondering if they were, in the public. So I went and he said, "Yeah, we're open." And then we started talking from there.
We had something that we had from the very beginning was some powerful conversations about the community, about getting involved, about helping people, and where we received this knowledge, this information that God put in our hands, in our brain, that we can share with others.
Yeah.
So there was always that connection that we always wanted to be involved in helping others and guiding them and teaching them. So that's why our conversations were always so deep. So we had some really solid conversations from the very beginning.
So that was 2017. So was there a period of time that you lost contact?
Yes. Because when during that period of time, we were just talking like when I went to the business. And that was, the conversation we had, and nothing pretty much personal. It was just related to books that we read, something that I was teaching maybe at church, or something that he was doing a master class or mastermind, something like that. So that was pretty much the conversation we had. But there was a connection mostly because we share the same interest, right? So like at the beginning of 2018, he closed his business and then we lost touch, but not completely.
Okay.
We would be communicating like from time to time. He would send me a message saying hi, and that's it. Like good morning, and that's it.
Yeah, it was just basically through Facebook, because it wasn't even on the phone. It was, as you're going through your Facebook page, I'm in Mexico at the time. I was taking care of my mother,
Yes.
and I just see her on Facebook. Oh, just hey, good morning, how are you? Real simple, real quick. And she would respond, good morning, how are you? And that's how we pretty much was like
We
that for
kept
a
in
while.
contact. That was the way. We didn't do it on purpose, but that's something that happened, that we kept in contact that way. Just
Yes.
simple messages from time to time.
So at what point did you reconnect? Because I know, Ricardo, you went to Mexico.
Right.
And
I'm there for close to a year?
Yeah, maybe a year.
Yeah, and then when Mom started feeling better, she was recovering and she was doing well. I decided to move back to the States, but not to South Florida, because that's where I originally was living at the time. I moved to San Francisco with my brothers and my dad, and going through, separation, divorce, and all that. So that's where I opted to go to be close to family. It was the right thing to do at the time. And all of a sudden, I get a hello from Rocio, and it says, "Hey, how are you?" It says, and she's asking me. So he was a little confused. So where are you at now?
yes.
I said, no, I'm in San Francisco now.
Yeah, and I was asking him about his mom, because to me he was still in Mexico.
Yes.
But he told me, no, I'm here, I'm back, but I'm in San Francisco. I was like, okay, what a surprise. And that's how it started. We started talking that way. We kept in contact from there.
Now, did this all happen during the COVID or right before COVID? At what point?
Before COVID.
Yeah,
it was before COVID. This was
it was 2019.
It was 2019.
Yeah, but it was before. It was 2018, right?
Yeah, way before COVID.
Yeah, it was before COVID. Yeah.
And then, we were at that point where our divorces were being finalized, and all of a sudden, once it was all said and done, it's, hey, what are you doing? What do you mean? Well, I'm in the same boat. What? You just got a divorce? Just got a divorce. We see each other, and just one thing led to another, and all of a sudden, we're dating long distance.
Right.
Which was something for both of us, for that matter, something new.
Yeah.
In a long distance relationship, I've never had one.
Yes.
So, and she asked me, so how are we going to make this work? I said, I have no idea, because I've never done this before. But if you're willing, let's give it a shot and let's see what happens.
Yes, it was something that we didn't know how it was going to work, but we still tried it, and the Lord helped us to make it happen.
Okay.
That's what we can say. Yeah.
Well, I know it was destiny. So at what point, Ricardo, would you come back to South Florida from California?
I got married.
So you didn't come back until it was time for you all to get married?
Yeah. We saw each other.
Well, yeah.
We saw each other, and he came for our engagement.
Okay.
And then after that, he came for the wedding.
So the entire courting period was done long distance.
Long distance, yes. Long distance.
And you came when you all finally saw each other again after those years, it was for the engagement.
No, we saw each other before that.
Yeah, we occasionally traveled. Yeah. We occasionally traveled maybe once or twice each other. And Kenny saw each other. She went to San Francisco once, and yes, we physically saw each other. But the majority of the time, it was all long distance. A lot of Zoom calls, FaceTime, phone calls. You name it. You know, technology. If there's something beautiful about technology today, is that you can do that, and you can spend and talk and leave messages and do all kinds of videos, all kinds of stuff that you can do today. You know. And we made it work. We didn't know how to behave, but we just started searching.
Yes. Looking for information. We started doing different things together. We discovered each other's love language. So we made sure that we were feeding each other's love tank, even at a distance. So we we both shared with quality time as one of our main love languages. So imagine quality time being so far apart. It was something new for us, but we made it work. We would have our quality time, have our tea late in the evening, and read our devotional, have conversation. We were reading books. It was so incredible the way that the Lord guided us to be able to keep in touch and to get to the point that we needed to get.
Mind you, there's a 3-hour difference. Yeah.
Yes. For him, when it was 9:00 for him, it was midnight for me. So you can imagine.
Oh goodness! So how was the engagement? Tell us about the engagement.
Engagement was that whole thing was during COVID.
Yes.
And we kind of planned. We wanted to get married, and we gave it a tentative date, if you will. And this is way before COVID ever appeared or known of. But when we needed to make it official, I wanted to come down and speak to her dad. You know, I wanted to have a moment with her dad, get to meet him, and ask her hand in marriage. Like traditionally what normal folks would do. I'd say normal, but I don't know if it's happening anymore anyway. But that's what I did. I flew down here to South Florida, and I talked to who's my father-in-law today, and asked her Rocio's hand in marriage, and that's where, I don't know, that's where it all just came together, and we just, it was,
because of COVID, we had to do everything through Zoom. So that's how it happened. His brothers, we had two brothers were in Mexico. His cousins, his mom was in Mexico. One of my sister in the Dominican Republic, one here. My dad and my mom, they were also here, but all through the screen. We were all via Zoom. A friend from Connecticut, another cousin here. So we had people from all over the place, and his family in San Francisco too. So all of them connected through Zoom for our engagement. That's the way it happened.
So we just invited them to join us for a special announcement.
Okay.
And we sent up this invitation, and we did this through Zoom. So I proposed to Rocio over a Zoom phone call, if you will.
Did you get on your knee?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And your son. His son was in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Yeah,
so all the family was connected.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Some people wanted to know, and says, just jump on, just get on, you know. We just wanted to make it a surprise for everyone. And it was different. It was fun. I was here with her at the time, and that's one of those times I traveled here to South Florida, and we did this over Zoom. So, you know, you talk about COVID, pretty much our entire relationship has, because going back a little, if you will, Shermanda, I've been trying to find a job to move back here for the entire year of 2019, or excuse me, 2020. So, what COVID thing started? What it came down hard in March, I believe, if I recall correctly. So, trying to find a job here was not that easy.
Yeah.
So I kept on filling applications online, interviews online, Zoom calls online, but nothing, solid. It was a little frustrating. It was like, wow, why can't I find? Of course, I wasn't looking for, minimum wage job, so I needed to find something that where my experience can help others, and get paid a little bit better. And be part of a growing new family now,
Yes.
So
Yeah, so that was a difficult part because at the same time we wanted, to get married and do what we needed to do to be together, right? But he didn't have a job here and he couldn't leave his job in San Francisco. And but we got to a point, and I don't know if I'm jumping ahead of you, after the wedding, because we got married at the end of last year. Last year. and, and he went back to San Francisco because he didn't have a job here. We got to that point where, hey, you need to be here. We need to be together. So there was this word that came to me from the Lord. And if you don't jump out of the boat, you will not walk on water.
Yes.
And that's how it started. He decided, hey, I'm going to do it. And he quit his job. And I'm going to let him continue.
Well, the thing was that, we got married on November 7th. And she told me, it's just, I really want you here for Christmas.
Yes.
But to come and visit, we never necessarily discussed moving. So I thought about it, and she kept on, sharing this image, this feeling that she had, and I just finally said, I'm done. Remember last week that we talked about living in faith and not in fear. So I decided, okay, I'll see you for Christmas. So she was really excited, It says, no, I don't think you understand. It says, what do you mean? I'm packing up. I'm driving my vehicle, and I'm going to see you for Christmas for good. I'm going to stay there.
That's right.
And that's what I did. And what the beautiful thing about this, there were so many beautiful moments that on the way to South Florida, my whole drive, I have this company that I currently work for today call me for an interview. It says, I'm not there yet, but if we can do a phone interview, that's fine. I don't have a problem. And they're like, well, where are you? Well, currently I'm in Mississippi, going through Mississippi. It's Mississippi. I thought you were in California. It says, not anymore. So it says, so when would you be in Florida? It says, just give me a couple of days and I'll be there.
Yes.
And the day I received another phone call, and I was driving through Orlando from the same folks. It says, so you're almost here. It says, I'm currently driving through Orlando as we speak. Okay, can you come for an interview on Monday at such and such hour?
That was a Friday. So Friday he got here, and on Monday he had an interview and a job.
But look what you had to do. You had to release. And that's what people, I'm hoping that you're listening to this, because we did talk about faith instead of fear last week. But to hear that it took you taking a step. See, oftentimes people say, well, I'm waiting on God. But you say faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
So the fact that you say, look, I'm coming, job or not, I know it's going to work itself out. You had to release, and your hands are out. So then he can pour in. Whereas oftentimes with the fear causes us to keep our hands closed, so nothing can get out, nothing can get in.
Yeah.
And that is so powerful. You were on your way and got the call.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It gives me chills just
Me
thinking
too.
about
I'm
it.
sitting like, whoa. I didn't, we didn't go into detail because I wanted to save things for this, but I'm like, that in and of itself is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
It is. It's something that we can use as a testimony of, the hand of the Lord guiding us and helping us. And there were so many little things here and there where the Lord showed us, hey, I got you. I will provide. I will be there. And we just had to trust him. And that's what we did. That's what we did. He was nervous. He was, because it was a big step. He has these responsibilities, and he was thinking about all those things. But he just took a leap of faith, and the Lord rewarded that.
Oh, that is, and it's one of those things where I understand, and we do this show so that people can hear that sound that will call them to come up greater and to know that, though life has happened, there's great on the other side. Bottom line,
Yes.
I'm going to make it. I'm going to do this thing. And with God, I trust him. It works. And the fact that, I mean, there's a trust factor there, but the step, you've got to take the step. He doesn't make us do anything.
No.
And that enemy of fear is what causes so many to lose out in life, and all they had to do was take that one step.
One step, yes.
One step.
Just one step.
And open up your whole world. So
Yes.
I mean, it's and we could stay on this one point forever because it's so powerful. I literally have tears in my eyes because I understand that, and everything happens in its time, in its season. But it's just we have to open to it. As I was stating earlier, we manifest what we're confessing. So even if you're not saying it, if you didn't let go of what you had and what you thought was the provision, that would have been the confession of fear. But the fact of you saying, I'm gonna let it go, that allowed your manifestation of faith to come into works and manifest the greatness and everything that you all needed. And it's going to get even greater. I know so much more y'all's way.
Oh yes, and
This is just the beginning.
We have been, blessed. That the Lord has been so good to us, and we just continue to trust Him and following, His guidance in what we need to do. But in all our dating and now our marriage, we have seen the hand of God helping us and guiding us through all this.
Which is the same thing that we asked God to help us enjoy our wedding. And it was difficult because, okay, how do we, in time of these COVID days, if you will, how do we celebrate with our families? How do we, share this beautiful moment with our families?
Yes.
And Rocio and I talked about it, and it's like, I guess we're gonna have two parties. And when we shared that, we said, "What do you mean you're gonna have two parties? Or you have two weddings?" I said,
Two
yeah,
weddings.
two weddings. So November 7th is the official one. I came down. We got married here and had a beautiful wedding at a friend's house because we originally set it up for the beach. We were gonna get married at the beach. But this humongous storm came in, and it was just like, no, we got to do plan B, which we didn't have one. So what was it, 24 hours prior to that day? And then my friend, he just said, hey, here's a house, take it on. Wow. And he has a beautiful house, and we did it there. Oh my gosh.
That was also the hand of God helping us, because we had no clue. We called different places, and 24 hours is not enough time for them to say, yes, come. And especially during COVID, because there were so many restrictions. Now there are more places open, but before the restrictions were really, serious. Tight. So we had no idea. The only thing I thought, well, we could do it in the apartment, but tiny, right?
Yeah.
So, but no, the Lord opened that door, and we got to do it in a beautiful, beautiful house, and surrounded with our friends and family from my side.
Right.
And then we traveled the following week and celebrated with his family.
So we both flew back to San Francisco, and we planned it. My brothers all participated. My brother, he's the one who hosted the ceremony. My dad, Juan Rocio.
Oh yeah.
My other brother sang some beautiful melodies, some love songs. It was, and we were just surrounded with friends and family there in my brother's backyard, which we, accommodated for all of this, and it was amazing. It was tremendous. We were able to celebrate with our families in a very intimate way, where we got to spend with them and devote our time with them, and do weddings, and we couldn't expose our parents to COVID, the flying, and all that. We just couldn't do that. Just no, let's do it this way, and it worked out, and they were both amazing weddings. It was incredible.
Everyone was safe. Nobody got sick because we made sure that everyone had, precautions that they needed to take. And it was perfect. It was beautiful.
Wow.
It was different.
I'm in when he told me that last week, I'm like, 2 weddings.
Yeah.
During COVID.
Yeah.
And most people have a hard time to get to the one because of all the excuses. So you didn't allow the circumstances to determine your winning. You said, well, we're going to win triumphantly through it all, and you made COVID into something glorious.
We did. We did made it happen.
Oh.
From the engagement to the weddings to it was you said it best. We didn't allow COVID to interfere with our life and our love for each other, what we're doing, and definitely God has shown us the way. There is no doubt about it.
Yes.
And we are truly blessed and grateful. Oh my gosh, every single night we think of stuff that he was involved in. We know that he was involved, and we realize how blessed we are.
Yes. Well, Rocio, you're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Ricardo, you did good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shermanda. Thank you so much.
You did good. I love it. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yes.
At some point. But I thank you all so much for coming on to share your love story. I mean, the love story through COVID, in COVID. It's just beautiful to me. And, even just the unfolding of how it all transpired. I mean, you see God's hand in it all. What would you all like to tell someone, what motivation or encouragement that you would like to share for someone else that may be listening, that may be hesitating, may have a little bit of fear to move to the next level, irrespective to what it is, marriage, job, just life situations. What would you have? What would you want to say to them to encourage them?
Well, I would, if we focus on the part that Ricardo was sharing about this, fear, and, have faith and not fear. I would say to trust the Lord, give that next step. And I don't know, Shermanda, if you remember the story when the Lord asked Joshua that they needed to cross the Jordan River, right?
Yes.
He said, when the priests put their feet in the waters will, open.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need to take action in order for the Lord to act through us or do some miracles in our lives. We need to do something. So we need to jump out of the boat in order to walk on water. That would be my message.
Yes.
I don't think there's nothing else to share other than just do what she just said. Take that first step. and the Lord will be right next to you. If not, I'm sorry, He'll be right in front of you, leading
Yes.
the way.
Yes. Amen. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Faith without works is dead. You got to work your faith.
Yes.
Don't sit back and expect for it to just fall out of heaven. You know, you got to, like you say, take that step and He will do the rest. It's already planned out. It's already predestined, but we got to do our part.
Yes, without a doubt.
Oh my goodness. So thank you all so much. So much. Oh my, this was beautiful. I thank you for
Shermanda.
coming. Like I said, we will stay connected and see what else we're to do together, because I know we're gonna be connected. It's what it is. I'm speaking it, confessing it, so it shall manifest itself.
Amen.
So, and I want to thank everyone for joining us here on A Winning World. I pray that you all are staying safe, that you're choosing to be happy, that you're choosing to win. It's all a choice. It's how we see it, how we choose to see it. And if you're not seeing through that clear viewpoint, get with someone that can encourage you. Don't stick with people that's going to keep you down. We don't want, woe it's me. We want, yes, it is me, and I've risen, and I'm going to keep on rising and shining and giving God all the glory. So, thank you all. Again, thank you for joining. With love, hugs, and kisses, I say goodbye until next time. Take care.
You too. Thank you.